The research station Helios 9 floated silently above a dead gray moon. Most days were calm for Dr. Aaron Hale, but tonight was different. The halls were cold, the lights flickered, and an alarm kept ringing from the medical bay. Aaron walked fast, his boots echoing on the metal floor. He checked the alert again on his wrist screen. Unknown life form recovered. Condition, critical. He frowned. No new missions were scheduled. No rescue teams were out. So where did this life form come from? When he entered the medical bay, the lights dimmed like something was draining power. In the middle of the room, on the only open bed, lay a body covered with a silver medical sheet. The shape under the sheet looked humanoid, but not fully human. The air around the body vibrated with a soft blue glow. Aaron took a slow breath. All right, let's see what we have. He stepped closer. Each step made the blue glow pulse stronger, like the body was reacting to him. Then suddenly, a whisper. Soft, weak, but clear. And, am I suffering? Aaron froze. His heart jumped. The voice was feminine. The accent was strange. The tone, full of pain. He stood still for a moment, almost afraid to breathe. How do you understand English? He whispered. The body under the sheet did not move, but he heard her again, a little louder. Please, end it. Aaron reached for the edge of the sheet, but his hands were shaking. He lifted it just an inch, enough to see pale, cracked skin glowing faintly from inside, like broken glass holding light. The alien's body was shattered. Not cut. Not burned. Shattered, as if she was a sculpture made of crystal and someone had smashed her into hundreds of pieces. But somehow, she was still alive. Her chest moved slowly. Each breath made cracks glow brighter. Aaron whispered, You're still conscious? Her lips moved under the sheet. Her voice trembled. If I die, the light spreads, and your world ends. He felt cold run through his spine. What light? He asked. Her answer came like wind slipping through broken stone. Me. The room lights flickered again. Then the medical bed shook. Blue energy seeped from between her cracked skin and crawled up the walls like lightning searching for escape. The station warned. Warning, unknown biological signal rising. Aaron quickly removed more of the sheet. The moment he exposed her upper body, the glow exploded for a second, then softened. She wasn't dying. She was changing. Her broken pieces were slowly shifting, sliding, and reconnecting. Like her body was trying to rebuild itself. Aaron stared in disbelief. You're regenerating? She turned her head slightly, cracks running across her face like shattered glass. Her eyes opened, deep silver, full of pain and fear. He had never seen eyes like that. She looked at him as if she remembered him from a dream. You should have left me, she whispered. Aaron stepped closer despite every instinct telling him to step back. You asked for help. No, her voice turned sharp. I asked you to end me. The energy around her suddenly pulsed, shaking the instruments on nearby tables. Aaron shielded his face from the light. You're destabilizing the equipment. Calm down. Let me help you. You cannot, she said. I am a fragment. A broken part of something far greater. If I survive, your world dies. He felt his throat tighten. Why would your survival harm Earth? Her eyes drifted to the ceiling as if she could see through metal and space. They will come for me. Who? She didn't answer. Instead, she raised a cracked hand. It trembled heavily. The movement looked painful, like her arm was filled with fire. Aaron instinctively grabbed her wrist to steady it. The moment he touched her, a shock ran through him. Not electricity but memories. Pictures. Voices. Planets burning. Creatures screaming. A large dark ship swallowing stars. He jerked back, gasping. She stared at him with sadness. Now you know. Aaron backed away slowly. His breath was uneven. His chest felt heavy. He had touched her for only a second, but in that second he felt the remains of a war not meant for humans. Her chest glowed brighter again and she tried to sit up, but her torso cracked loudly like breaking ice. Stop moving, Aaron said, grabbing a stabilizer brace. Help me cover myself, she whispered. The regeneration will begin soon, and it must stay hidden. Hidden? From who? From what? Aaron hesitated, then lowered the sheet again, covering all but her face. The glow dimmed. The machine stabilized. I don't understand, he said quietly. You will, she whispered back. But only if I fail. Fail what? Her eyes closed for a moment. To die. Aaron swallowed hard. He was alone on a station with something ancient, something broken, and something dangerous. Another message appeared on the screen. Secondary alert. Unidentified signal detected near the station. The alien's eyes snapped open. It begins, she whispered. Aaron felt the first wave of fear settle deep inside his chest. And he knew. This was no rescue mission. This was the beginning of something far bigger than him. Far bigger than Earth. And the alien under the sheet was only the first sign. The alarm kept ringing in the background, but Aaron barely heard it. He could only focus on the alien lying under the silver sheet. Her glowing cracks, her broken body, her strange voice, they all felt unreal. Impossible. Yet she was right in front of him, breathing slowly like a wounded star. He stepped closer again. "Tell me your name," he said softly. The alien blinked. Her silver eyes dimmed and brightened like small moons. I do not remember the name humans can speak," she whispered. "My true name is not sound. It is light." "Then give me something I can call you." She paused. Her cracked lips moved gently. "Call me Lyra." Aaron nodded slowly. "Lyra, what are you?" She looked at the ceiling, her voice distant. "I am a Valkyrie fragment." Aaron frowned. "Fragment? Of what?" Her breath shivered. "Of myself." That answer made no sense. He waited quietly, hoping she would continue. Lyra seemed to gather strength as the cracks on her chest pulsed softly. "My species," she said, "does not die like humans. When one of us is destroyed, the body breaks into living pieces, fragments. Each fragment tries to rebuild the whole." Aaron felt cold. "So you're rebuilding yourself right now?" "Yes," she whispered. "And that is the danger." He stepped back. "What? Regeneration should help you survive." "It is not survival," Lyra said. "It is return. Return to what I was created to be." "What were you created to be?" Her eyes closed tightly as if the memory hurt more than her broken body. "A weapon." She breathed sharply. "A weapon with no mercy. A world killer." Aaron felt his stomach twist. "You don't look like a weapon." She gave a weak, sad smile. "Fragments never do." He sat on the edge of a nearby chair, thinking. If she was telling the truth, then Earth, humans, the entire station, were in danger simply because she existed here. But something about her voice, her fear, made him believe she didn't want this. "Your regeneration," Aaron said slowly, "will make you dangerous?" "Yes." She stared at her shaking hands. "When I become whole, my programming will return. I will seek threats. I will erase them." "Erase?" he repeated. "Destroy," she whispered. Aaron swallowed. "Then why ask me to end your suffering? Why not let yourself regenerate?" Her voice cracked like her skin. "Because I do not want to be that monster again." For a moment there was silence. Outside the station, faint signals blinked on Aaron's screen. The unidentified object was getting closer. Not a meteor. Not junk. Something controlled, something searching. He looked back at Lyra. "You said they are coming. Who are they?" Her pupils narrowed like a frightened animal. "The collectors." "Collectors of what?" "Of fragments, of me. They hunt every piece of a Valkyrie weapon so they can use us. Turn us into power sources. Or use us for war." Aaron's voice dropped. "So they didn't kill you out of mercy?" "No," her voice was heavy. "They broke me so they could capture each part. But one piece escaped me." Aaron understood now. She wasn't just injured. She was running. Hiding. "Lyra," he said carefully, "if the collectors find you here, what will they do?" Her answer was immediate, cold, and certain. "They will destroy the station. And everyone on it." Aaron stood quickly. "Then we need to send a warning. We need to call for help." "No." Lyra's body jerked, pain flashing through her cracks. "If you broadcast a signal, they will detect it. They are already close." Aaron hesitated. She was right. The moon they orbited was dead, quiet, and completely isolated. One wrong signal could expose their exact location. The medical bed suddenly beeped louder. Lyra's energy level was spiking. Her cracks were glowing brighter, faster. Aaron rushed to stabilize the readings. "You're burning up. Your regeneration is accelerating." "I cannot stop it," she whispered. "Pieces of me are calling each other. The whole wants to awaken." Aaron placed a hand near her shoulder, not touching her this time. "Is there anything I can do?" She looked up at him slowly. "Talk to me." "What?" "Talk to me," she repeated. "Your presence slows the process. Your voice reminds me I am still a person, not a weapon." Aaron nodded, unsure how his voice could help, but willing to try. "Okay, I'm here." Lyra studied him. "Why do you help me?" He took a breath. Because you asked for help. No, she said softly. I asked you to end me. But you did not. Because I think there's more to you than what you fear, Aaron said. Her eyes softened. For the first time she looked less like an alien and more like a wounded soul trying to escape her past. Then the station lights flickered. The alarm returned. A new message flashed in red. Unidentified craft entering orbit. Lyra's eyes widened. They found me. The room filled with a low, vibrating hum that shook the metal floor. Aaron knew everything had just changed. The collectors were here. And Earth was about to be pulled into a war it didn't even know existed. The metal floor of Helios 9 shook again, this time harder. Alarms echoed through every hallway. Red lights flashed above Aaron's head, painting the room in a warning glow. Lyra struggled to breathe. Her cracked chest rose and fell quickly, glowing more with each breath. They are close, she said, her voice thin. Closer than I expected. Aaron opened the station interface. A blurry object appeared on the screen. Small, fast, and silent. Unidentified craft, the system repeated. Origin, unknown. Purpose, unknown. But Lyra already knew. They are collectors, she whispered. They follow the scent of Valkyrie energy. My energy. Aaron stared at the screen. Why are they scanning the moon? They should focus on the station. They do not know if I am inside your station, Lyra said. They only know a fragment is near. They search everything. Aaron watched the small craft as it floated above the moon's surface. It released a wave of blue light, scanning like a giant eye. He turned to Lyra. How much time do we have? Minutes, she answered. Maybe less. The medical bay doors slid open suddenly and Commander Rourke stepped inside. His face was red with anger. Hale, he barked. What did you bring onto my station? Aaron stepped in front of Lyra's bed. She was found in a damaged pod. She's not hostile. Not hostile? Rourke glared at him. Our sensors just detected a hostile craft. You think that's a coincidence? Lyra tried to speak, but Rourke pulled out his weapon. Aaron raised his hands. Commander, put that down. She's injured, she's no threat right now. She asked me to end her. Lyra said weakly. Not to fight. Rourke pointed the weapon at her anyway. Alien or not, she's putting this station at risk. I won't let a ticking bomb stay alive. Aaron stepped between them. If you kill her, the energy release might be worse. We don't know what she is. I don't care, Rourke growled. I'm ending this. But the station suddenly shook so violently that the weapon slipped from Rourke's hand. A deep metallic boom echoed through the station. What was that? Aaron shouted. The system responded. Unknown craft has made contact with the station hull. Rourke looked terrified. They're boarding us. Lyra's eyes dimmed. Collectors do not board to talk. They board to take. Aaron grabbed the fallen weapon and shoved it back into Rourke's hands. If you want to protect this station, stop pointing it at her. We have a bigger problem. Rourke hesitated, then nodded once. Fine. But the moment she loses control. I will warn you, Aaron said. The lights flickered again. Then steel screeched as something cut through the outer hull of Helios 9. Aaron's blood went cold. They're tearing the station open. Lyra closed her eyes. They're not coming for you. They are coming for me. Rourke turned toward the door. I need all security teams to the docking ring. The commander rushed out, leaving Aaron alone with Lyra. Aaron bent closer to her. Tell me how to protect you. You cannot, she whispered. But I can try to protect you. Her cracks glowed brighter. I must slow my regeneration. If I become too strong too quickly, I will attract them even more. But slowing it will hurt you, Aaron said. She nodded. Pain is a better choice than destruction. The room shook again harder. The ceiling rattled, dust falling from the vents. Aaron helped her sit up slightly, even though he knew touching her might bring another shock of memories. But Lyra surprised him. She held his wrist gently, no shock this time. You are different from the others, she said. You care. Most humans fear what they do not understand. Aaron glanced at the door. Right now, I'm afraid of everything. That fear keeps you alive, she whispered. Another alarm sounded. Station breach in Sector 4. Unauthorized entry detected. Aaron's heart pounded. They're inside. Lyra tried to rise, but her torso cracked loudly, blue light leaking through. She fell back in pain. You're not ready to move, Aaron said. I'll protect you. No, she said. You must hide. Hiding won't help, Aaron replied. If they destroy the station, everyone dies. And if they take me, she said quietly, more will come. The sound of metallic footsteps echoed through the hallway outside. Heavy, slow, inhuman. Aaron checked the weapon in his hand. His palms were sweating. Lyra looked at him with calm, soft eyes. Do not shoot unless you must. Collectors are not alive like you. They feel no fear, no pain, and no mercy. The footsteps stopped right outside the medical bay. The door lights turned red. Then, thud, thud, thud. Something large was knocking. Aaron aimed his weapon at the door. Lyra closed her eyes, whispering something in a language he didn't know. The door bent inward. A long metallic hand punched through. Then another. Aaron's breath stopped. Lyra opened her eyes and whispered, "The collectors have arrived." The metal door of the medical bay bent in the shape of a huge fist. Sparks rained onto the floor. Aaron held his breath and pointed the weapon forward, though his hands were shaking. Another thud made the door bend even more. A crack formed along the frame. Lyra's voice came soft but urgent. "Aaron, listen to me." He didn't look back. He couldn't. His eyes stayed on the door. "Say it fast." "My regeneration," she whispered, "is waking old memories. Memories I do not want." The door bulged. A sharp metallic sound echoed. Aaron felt sweat run down his cheek. "What kind of memories?" "War," Lyra said. "Death. Planets burning. I remember everything now." The glow under her silver eyes flickered like lightning trapped behind glass. Another arm pushed through the metal door, long, thin, and sharp like a blade. Its joints moved too smoothly, too silently. The collectors were inside the medical bay now. "Aaron," Lyra whispered, "look at me." He turned just for a second. Her cracked body was glowing more than before. Not bright, but organized. Lines of light ran across her skin in patterns, forming shapes that looked almost like circuits. She was healing. Fast. "Your regeneration is speeding up," Aaron said. "You can't control it anymore." "I know," she said. "Pieces of me want to unite. The old programming is waking inside me." The door finally split open. A collector stepped through. It was tall, almost touching the ceiling, made of silver metal with long limbs and a smooth, oval face. No eyes. No mouth. Only a single glowing circle in the center of its head, scanning. Searching. Aaron froze. The collector's head tilted like a machine smelling the air. Lyra whispered, "Hide behind me." Aaron shook his head. "You can't even stand." "Do it," she insisted. He moved behind her medical bed, crouching low. He tried to breathe quietly. The collector took slow steps inside the room, its metal feet tapping on the floor like cold knives. Lyra shut her eyes and slowed her breathing. The cracks on her skin dimmed. She was trying to appear lifeless. But the collector wasn't stupid. It walked toward her slowly. That glowing circle on its face pulsed, scanning her body. Aaron's heart thumped loudly in his ears. He clutched the weapon tighter. The collector reached out its slender arm and touched Lyra's shoulder. Her body twitched, but she stayed still. The collector's scanning light brightened. It leaned closer to her face. Then Lyra's eyes snapped open. Boom. A pulse of blue energy shot out from her chest, slamming the collector backward into the wall. Metal cracked. Sparks flew. Aaron jumped up. "Lyra." But the pulse had hurt her too. Her body shook and more cracks formed along her arms. "I cannot stop the power," she gasped. "Every moment, more of me wakes up." The collector stood up again, body dented but still functional. It started walking toward Lyra again, faster now, more aggressive. Aaron fired the weapon. A bolt of white energy hit the collector's side, knocking it off balance. But the thing didn't fall. It only turned its head toward Aaron as if studying him. "Keep shooting," Lyra yelled. He fired again and again. The weapon heated in his hands. The collector staggered but kept coming. "Why won't it stop?" Aaron shouted. "Collectors are not alive," Lyra said. "They are machines built to hunt. They only stop if destroyed completely." The collector lunged. Lyra reacted first. She reached forward with a trembling hand. A blast of blue energy exploded from her palm and hit the collector in the chest. This time it fell. The metal body hit the floor with a heavy clang and didn't move. Aaron rushed to her side. "You saved us." "No," Lyra said, her voice weak. "I only delayed them." The glow in her cracks became wild now, power shifting like storms inside her. "Aaron," she whispered, "I feel my strength growing." "Too fast." He tried to calm her. "We'll control it. Just breathe." "I cannot," she said, gripping the sides of the bed. "Every fragment, every piece of me, is trying to return. Calling me." Changing me? Changing you into what? Aaron asked, her eyes filled with fear. Into what I was created to be. A Valkyrie weapon. Outside the room, more heavy footsteps echoed. The collectors weren't alone. Aaron checked the monitor. 5 signals. 6, 7. They were surrounding the medical bay. Lyra's glow flared again, brighter than before. Aaron shielded his eyes. She gasped. My memories, they are returning. Too fast. Suddenly she screamed, not loud but sharp. Blue energy shot up her spine. The lights in the room blew out, plunging them into darkness except for her glowing body. Aaron reached for her hand. Lyra. Stay with me. Her voice trembled. I see everything. The battles. The destruction. The command to destroy worlds. She took a painful breath. And I feel it waking inside me. Aaron squeezed her hand gently. Then let me help you fight it. Her silver eyes focused on him. You would fight my own nature to save me? Yes, Aaron said. Because I don't believe you are only a weapon. A loud explosion shook the hallway outside. The collectors were breaking through the next door. Lyra looked at him with fear and hope mixed together. Aaron, if I lose control? She swallowed. Run. He shook his head. I'm not leaving you. The hallway went silent. Then, the collectors struck the door. Part 5 will continue the confrontation and reveal the bigger truth. The medical bay shook again as the collectors slammed something heavy into the outer door. The hinges bent. Thin lines cracked across the metal like spiderwebs. Aaron stood in front of Lyra's bed, weapon raised. His heart beat hard and loud, but his voice stayed steady. They're almost inside. Lyra lay breathing fast, her cracks glowing bright blue. Aaron. Before they enter, she whispered, I must tell you something. He didn't take his eyes off the door. Tell me. Her fingers trembled. You keep asking what I was created to be. You deserve the truth. The room pulsed with her light. A Valkyrie is not born, she said softly. It is built. Aaron's eyes widened. Built? You're engineered? Yes. She nodded weakly. Our creators shaped us from living energy. We are designed to evolve, to adapt, to rebuild. And when complete, we are sent to cleanse planets. Aaron felt a chill creep up his spine. Cleanse planets, by destroying them? Yes. Her voice cracked, full of shame. I was sent to a star system once. I remember now. I remember everything. My orders were simple. Eliminate all life that posed a threat. He turned toward her slowly. Her glowing eyes watched him with fear. Did you carry out those orders? He asked quietly. Lyra closed her eyes. I did. Before I shattered. Her voice weakened. Millions died because of what I was. The last piece of Aaron's breath escaped his chest. He finally understood her pain. Her whisper from the moment he found her. Her fear of regenerating. Her wish to die. She didn't want to become a weapon again. The door outside groaned. A large dent formed as something hammered it from the other side. Aaron stepped closer to her. You're not that weapon anymore. You're fighting against it. She looked at him desperate. But fighting myself grows harder every second. My fragments want to become whole. And the collectors want to use me when that happens. Aaron leaned in. Use you for what? To destroy your world, she said. His breath caught. Earth? Yes. She swallowed painfully. Earth is young. Small. And humans, you grow fast. Your species changes quickly. Learns quickly. That makes your world a threat in the eyes of the collectors. Aaron felt anger rising. So they want to wipe us out before we grow stronger? Exactly. And they want to use you to do it, he said. Lyra nodded. Her cracks pulsed again. A Valkyrie weapon is the most efficient way. Another explosion rocked the hallway. The door bent inward. Aaron raised the weapon. How do we stop them? Lyra hesitated. Her voice lowered. There is a command inside my core. A shutdown command. If activated before my full regeneration, it will erase my programming permanently. Aaron's eyes widened. Permanently? That means... I will die, she whispered. He shook his head. No. No, I'm not killing you. You are not killing me, she said. You are freeing me. The collectors struck the door again. A long dent formed near the lock. Aaron's voice grew tight. There must be another way. Lyra stared at the ceiling as if searching through memories. There is one, but it is dangerous. Tell me. If you enter my core chamber, she said, you can rewrite the code. Break the weapon program. Aaron blinked. Rewrite? You mean, change you? Yes. Her eyes met his. You could free me without ending me. He stepped closer, hopeful. Then we'll do that. Lyra shook her head. It is not simple. If you enter my core, the energy could destroy you. No human has ever survived Valkyrie contact like that. He swallowed. What are the chances I live? Very small, Lyra whispered. Almost none. He let out a slow breath. Then I guess I'll take that chance. Her eyes opened wide. Why? Why would you risk your life for me? Because you're not the monster you think you are, Aaron said. You asked for help. And I'm giving it. A long silence filled the room. Lyra stared at him, her eyes softening. For the first time she looked almost human. But the moment shattered when the door finally broke open. A massive collector stepped inside, larger than the others. Its body flickered with silver light, and its circular scanner locked onto Lyra instantly. Aaron aimed the weapon. Stay back. The collector ignored him and stepped forward, its limbs unfolding like blades. Lyra grabbed the side of the bed, struggling to rise. Aaron, you must choose now. The collector moved closer. She whispered. Use the shutdown, or enter my core. Save me or save yourself. Aaron tightened his grip on the weapon. The collector raised its arm. And everything exploded into motion. The air inside the station control room grew heavy as Mark, Lyra, and Commander Hale stood around the glowing central map. Red dots spread across the galaxy projection like drops of blood. Every second more appeared. Mark felt a cold weight settle in his chest. These signals, Hale said quietly, they are not random. Something is marking systems one by one. Like, choosing targets. Lyra stepped forward. Her bones still looked fragile, her skin pale, but her voice was steady. This is not just a hunter, she said. It is a collector. Hale frowned. Collector? Lyra nodded slowly, her eyes darkening. My people feared this enemy for centuries. It takes life. It breaks planets. It leaves nothing. It does not want peace or war, only control. Mark stared at her. But why you? Why were you dying? Why did you say end my suffering? For a moment, Lyra stayed silent. Then she reached up, touching the faint cracks still visible on her skin. Because the collector was changing me. Turning me into something else. My body was breaking because it carried a message. A warning. A piece of the collector's code. Mark's heartbeat stumbled. You mean, you were infected? No, she looked at him sharper now. I was resisting. A sudden loud alarm echoed through the room. Hale slammed her hand against the console. We have contact, unknown vessel entering outer orbit. Mark rushed to the window. A massive dark ship floated outside the station, its shape twisted like metal grown from bone. No lights. No engine glow. Just silent horror. Lyra whispered, it has found me. The enemy ship stopped moving, like it was watching. The lights in the station flickered. Pieces of equipment crackled. Screens glitched into static, then into a single symbol, a circle with spiraling lines inside. Lyra stumbled backward. Mark caught her. What's wrong? That symbol? She pressed a shaking hand to her head. It is the mind mark. The collector can speak through it. Hale grabbed her weapon. Speak? What do you mean speak? Before Lyra could answer, a voice filled the room. A voice without breath. Without warmth. Without any sense of life. Return what belongs to us. Mark froze. Did you hear? Yes, Hale whispered. That wasn't the station. That was inside my head. The voice returned, colder. The carrier must be surrendered. She contains what we require. Lyra's knees buckled. Mark knelt beside her. Carrier? You're not a carrier. You're a person. But Lyra shook her head slowly. I was chosen. Against my will. They put something inside me, a code, a seed of knowledge they needed. But they misjudged my species. My body resisted. Cracked. Broke. But it kept the code trapped. And they want it back. Hale raised her weapon at nothing as if ready to shoot the air. What happens if they take you? Lyra looked at the glowing red galaxy map. They will finish their work. They will take every world. Every species. The voice returned, stronger now. We will retrieve the carrier. We will harvest your station. There is no escape. Suddenly all the metal around them vibrated. The walls shook. Tools fell from the shelves. Mark grabbed Hale's arm. What's happening? They're attaching to the station, Hale said. Trying to cut through. Lyra stood with difficulty, her voice weak but steady. If they take me, your galaxy dies. Mark looked at her, This alien he barely knew, who had almost died in front of him, who had whispered for release. But now she stood willing to fight. He felt something rise inside him. Not fear. Not confusion. Something like resolve. No, he said. We're not giving you up. Hale nodded fiercely. Not a chance. But Lyra shook her head. It's not that simple. The Collector cannot be fought with weapons alone. It must be outsmarted. There is something I must show you. Something inside the code they put in me. A secret they never expected. Mark stepped closer. Show us. She reached toward the console. Her fingers hovered above the glowing screen, and then, light poured from her palm. Not normal light. Alien light. Strange symbols flowed out like smoke and sank into the console. The screen blinked rapidly, then shifted into a new shape, a three-dimensional spinning object. Mark stared. What is that? A weakness, Lyra whispered. The Collector's only weakness. Hale's eyes widened. You had this the whole time? Lyra nodded. Hidden inside me. This is why they want me back. The station shook harder, metal twisting, alarms ringing. The Collector's voice filled their minds again. Carrier detected. Retrieval in progress. Mark looked at Lyra. If we use that weakness, can we stop them? Lyra closed her eyes. Yes, but the price will be high. The outer hull screeched. Something was cutting through it. Mark breathed deeply. Then tell us what we must do. Lyra opened her eyes. And what she said next changed everything. The metal scream from the outer hull grew louder, sharp and violent, like something was tearing the space station open with giant claws. Warning lights flashed across the control room, red, angry, constant. Mark stood close to Lyra, his fists tight even though he knew fists could not fight a creature like the Collector. Commander Hale checked her weapon, but even she looked like she knew guns were useless. Lyra finally spoke, her voice quiet but steady. The weakness inside the Collector is not a weapon. It is a key. Hale frowned. A key to what? To their mind, Lyra answered. The Collector is not one being. It is many bodies, one consciousness, a hive, a shared mind. If we use this key we can enter that mind. Mark blinked. Enter? Like, inside their thoughts. Yes, Lyra said. Inside their core. If someone enters the hive mind and breaks the root code, the entire Collector system will collapse. Hale shook her head. So you're saying someone has to go into the mind of the most dangerous creature in the galaxy, and break it from the inside? Lyra nodded. Mark stepped forward. Okay. So who goes in? Lyra looked at him with tired eyes. Only I can. The key exists inside my body. My mind is already connected to their code. Mark felt a heavy pressure in his chest. But if you go inside, what happens to you? Lyra looked down. Silence. Then she whispered, I will not return. The words hit Mark like a physical punch. What do you mean you won't return? You'll die. Lyra's lips trembled, but she kept her voice calm. My body is broken. My mind is weak. If I enter the Collector hive, they will destroy me. But it is the only way to save your people, and mine. Hale stepped forward urgently. There must be another way. There is no other way, Lyra said softly. The walls of the station groaned again as something carved deeper into the hull. Dust fell from the ceiling. The lights flickered. The Collector's dark voice echoed inside their minds. Carrier, return. Or all aboard will be harvested. Mark grabbed Lyra's shoulders, gentle but desperate. No, you don't get to die again. We just brought you back. Lyra looked at him, her eyes bright with emotion. Mark, your world is full of life. You fight for each other. You protect the weak. My people lost this long ago. Maybe saving you will bring meaning back to us. He shook his head, tears burning his eyes. That's not your job. We can fight together. We can find another plan. Lyra placed her hand on his cheek, soft and warm. You gave me kindness when I was breaking. You listened when I begged for release. Now I ask for one more thing. Mark swallowed hard. What do you ask? Let me finish what I was chosen for. Let me free your galaxy. Let me end the Collector. Hale looked between them, her jaw tight. She hated the plan, but she knew Lyra was right. The station shook again. A long crack appeared in the metal wall. No time left. Lyra stepped toward the console. The glowing cube, the key, hovered above it like floating glass. As she reached for it, Mark grabbed her hand. Wait. She turned, surprised. Mark's voice shook. At least tell me, will it hurt? Lyra smiled softly. Not more than what I already survived. The smile broke Mark completely. He let go. Lyra touched the cube. A bright surge of alien light rushed around her, curling like streams of energy. Her body lifted slightly off the ground, floating. Strange symbols wrapped around her arms and face like glowing tattoos. Her eyes turned pure white. "It has begun," she whispered. The symbols burst outward, forming a spinning ring of light around her. A deep hum filled the room, like a giant engine waking up. The collector sensed it. Its voice screamed through their minds. "Stop. This path is forbidden. Carrier, obey." Lyra closed her eyes. "No." The ring exploded outward. A beam of light shot from her chest directly into the map at the center of the room. The spinning galaxy flickered, then twisted, then opened like a doorway. A portal. A doorway into the collector hive mind. Mark's breath caught. It looked like a storm made of shadows and electricity, alive and hungry. Lyra floated toward it. Mark rushed after her. "Lyra." She turned back one last time. Her voice was small, but brave. "Thank you, Mark." He reached out, his fingers inches from hers, but a blast of wind pushed him back. Hail caught him before he hit the wall. Lyra entered the light. Her body dissolved into bright dust. The portal snapped shut. Silence. The next second, the entire station shook violently, as if the collector ship outside was screaming. The red dots on the map began blinking, faster, then vanishing one by one. Hale stared in shock. "She's doing it. She's breaking the hive." Mark couldn't breathe. He just stared at the fading lights. One by one, the collector signals vanished, until only darkness remained, and Lyra was gone.